Welcome back again to our English-speaking viewers. We are back once again with our English News Edition. I'm Daniel Cook, your host, Monday through Saturday, bringing you the latest news in English. In today's news, the first poll conducted by IPR Marketing and Aura News for the cities of Tirana, Durrës, and Elbasan was published last night on our program, Tonight Il Votare. In the municipality of Tirana, the former Minister of Social Welfare, Erion Veliaj from the left-wing coalition, is ahead of his rival, Halim Kosova, the former Minister of Health. According to the IPR survey, if elections were held today in Tirana, Erion Veliaj would receive 50% of the votes, and Halim Kosova would receive 33.5%. The independent candidate, Gjergj Bojaxhi, would receive 11% of the votes. Two other independent candidates, Sazan Guri and Arben Tafaj, would receive 3% and 1.5% respectively. In Durrës, Vanjush Dako, who is running for the third time, has an advantage over his Democratic rival, Grida Duma. The race is expected to be a close one, and the polls currently indicate 54% to 46% in favor of Dako. In Durrës, 25.8% of the voters polled responded that they have not decided who to vote for yet. In Elbasan, the left-wing candidate Chazim Seydini is leading the race with 66% of the votes, while the right-wing candidate Ardian Turku is currently polling only 34%. The survey was based on the census of 2011, and the margin of error is plus or minus 3.2%. There were 1,000 respondents in Elbasan, 1,002 in Durrës, and 1,001 in Tirana. The survey was conducted between May 28th and June 1st. In the capital city of Tirana, the leader with the highest credibility is Edi Rama, with 59.2% of the votes. Ilir Meta follows with 47.5%, Lozimbasha with 28.2%, and Sali Berisha with 25.3%. The left-wing coalition leads in Tirana with 63% of the votes, which is now 3% higher compared to the first poll. The right wing is currently supported by 30.5% of the respondents, a decrease of 1% since the first poll. IPR Marketing and RTV Aura News published their second poll yesterday of the three main municipalities in the country, Tirana, Durrës, and Elbasan. Expressing our thanks to the loyal public that chooses to be informed by Aura News and who trusts the tradition of this station, we wish to confirm that the next poll will be on June 16th and that the exit poll will be on the evening of June 21st. After the public reaction against the polls in general and the threatening attitude of certain political segments against Aura News, we express our determination to continue our polls in the interest of free and fair elections. We assure the Albanian public that the radio television Aura News has no sided interest in the results of the elections, but only in reporting on the election process. We ask the political parties to remain calm and await the outcome of the actual vote on June 21st. Also, the Aura News Board of Directors calls the monitoring institutions in Albania, such as the OSCE, ODIHR, and the diplomatic headquarters in the country, to be alert to political attacks in order to eliminate the language of threats toward media freedom and independence, such as occurred last night during our broadcast of the survey. Despite the unacceptable threats that were addressed to the leaders of Aura News, our television remains determined to continue our contract with IPR Marketing, which organizes the polls for June 21st elections. Aura News reminds the public that we have a professional obligation to offer contemporary standards for a better Albania, and to do this, we need the cooperation and support of the institutions and political parties who believe in freedom of expression and free media. The Coalition of Local Observers has publicized its second report on the local election process. The observers criticized the parties for their expensive electoral campaigns thus far and had negative things to say about the CEC and the Electoral College. According to them, there are double standards being employed by these two crucial institutions. They issued the following statement today. We will continue to closely monitor the Electoral College. It seems to be applying double standards in the treatment of several issues. The Central Election Commission does not publish its decisions on time, and this is also affecting the process. Regarding the issue of decriminalization, the Coalition of Local Observers said that the political parties are not taking the process seriously. They state, The commitment of the political parties to the decriminalization process has been characterized by political rhetoric. There is a lack of dialogue on this issue. A concrete and serious initiative is needed for this important process for the Albanian society. The political parties should respect the authority of the CEC and provide a more worthy campaign in the interest of the citizens. They must focus on the concrete development platforms which include the joint commitment and contribution of the Albanian political forces. They should hold moderate campaigns with inexpensive and competitive programs. The Italian ambassador Gianni commented on the election process from Shkodra today, saying that the political climate at this point in the campaign is a quiet one. Mr. Gianni said, "I believe that the campaign is progressing normally in a very quiet and favorable climate. Regarding the background of the candidates, we have seen a significant improvement in their quality. We have also seen that any case in which criminal history is found very quickly comes to the center of public attention, which is an important thing. It seems that the political parties have responded positively to what is the primary demand of the international community. There is still a lot to be done, but I believe that all political parties are determined in their work," said Ambassador Gianni. He went on to say that the international community will be vigilant until the end of this campaign, especially during the election day itself and the days that follow. Gianni continued, "We hope that everything is done in the best way according to the standards required by the European community. We have no reason to be concerned. We will be watching closely, but we believe that the Albanian people and the political forces will behave cautiously. The conduct in the electoral process will be an important element in the assessment of Europe and the organizations that deal with the observation of these elections. The whole voting process will be taken into account." When asked about the expenses for the campaign, Ambassador Gianni said, "I have no accurate data about the costs, but it is evident that in a moment of crisis, moderation is always the best answer." The U.S. Embassy has started a voting awareness campaign on the social networks in Albania, calling the people to participate in the voting process. Through a message on Facebook, the U.S. Embassy encouraged the citizens to vote in the June 21st elections, to contribute to the future of their country. The message reads, "Your vote determines your future, the future of your town and city, and the future of your democracy. Participate in your future. Decide for yourself. Be a voter." A similar message was also conveyed by the former U.S. Ambassador Alexander Arvizu during the 2013 electoral campaign. The architect Max Velo, unlike his colleagues, is against transforming the Daiti Hotel into offices for the Bank of Albania. According to Mr. Velo, this building is a symbol of Tirana and is among the first buildings that exposed Albania to the European tourists. The architect Max Velo posed a question to the National Council of Territory, which is the institution that will make the final decision on the fate of the Daiti Hotel. Velo asks the council, how can a building that was built to be a hotel be transferred into a bank? Mr. Velo believes that this is not possible. However, until the National Council of Territory gathers to make a decision, Max Velo offers this advice to the government. Repeal the decision that the former government made. Daiti Hotel cannot be destroyed. The statements of the architect come a few days after the Council of Restoration suspended the project planned by the Bank of Albania. The council has approved the restoration of the building as a cultural monument, which would preserve its outer appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all of our news for this evening. Thank you for joining us. Please be with us again tomorrow at the same time for more Albanian news in English. Thanks, and have a great night.